You can find a bit of everything on Tinder, but one little swipe can change your life.
I only miss you when it rains.
When I first talked with Simon,
Immediately, we had a bond.
And when I listen to the radio,
He was smart and funny and very impulsive.
I shared my whole heart with him.
And then he asked me if I wanted to travel with him on a private jet. I was like, shit.
Great day, everybody. יום magnificent, שיהיה יום מושלם לכולם.
Happy Valentine's Day, everyone, and I thought what better way to celebrate Valentine's Day than to discuss Netflix's most recent documentary, Tinder Swindler. My name is Dan Botari. I'm a personal injury lawyer in South Florida. Tinder Swindler focuses on a con man who goes by the name Simon Leviev, it's not his real name, to dupe women into believing that he is the son of a successful billionaire diamond dealer, Lev Leviev, when in fact, Simon Leviev has absolutely no relation to Lev. Simon goes on Tinder. He creates a profile that purports to show him living an extravagant lifestyle, one accustomed to the finer things in life, such as jets, fine dining, and jet setting around the world. And by doing so, he manages to meet several women who are interested in becoming his boyfriend. In the beginning of the documentary, we are introduced to Celia, and Celia is the first person to meet Simon in the documentary. She's from Norway, and she meets Simon thinking that he is the heir to this successful billion-dollar diamond fortune. Celia is looking for love, and she is impressed by Simon's background and extravagant lifestyle. He even goes so much as to take her on his private jet and introduce her to a woman who used to be his ex-wife and even his child. Simon convinces Cecilia that he needs $25,000, and she meets him in Amsterdam where she gives him $25,000 in cash. He then makes up a story, leaves Amsterdam, and proceeds to go to Stockholm, where he spends the money on his new model girlfriend and Pernilla. After he is done partying in Stockholm with his model girlfriend and his friend Pernilla, who is also a victim in this case, Simon continues to convince Celia that his enemies are after him and that he needs money. Celia is so enamored by Simon's lifestyle that she agrees to give him $250,000 of her own money taken out on an American Express card when he tells her that his life is in jeopardy by his enemies. Simon convinces her that he can't access his own American Express card because doing so would cause his enemies to trace him. Throughout the entire documentary, Simon goes from one woman to the next, and essentially what he does is that he finances his lifestyle with the loans of subsequent women. Celia comes to this realization when Simon provides her with a $250,000 check that doesn't clear. Celia calls American Express. American Express tells her to calm down. They meet her, whereby they confirm with her that Simon has been traveling throughout Europe and duping women into providing him with money to finance his lifestyle. Both Cecilia and Pernilla meet up, and they team up to expose Simon to various news agencies. And in doing so, they receive notifications that many other people have been victims of Simon. As this is going on, we're introduced to Eileen. Eileen Charlotte is in Prague, and she is somebody who is dating Simon at this time. She scrolls through her Instagram, and she sees his face with the caption, Tinder Swindler. She reaches out to Simon, who continues to rant about how this is all made up and false, and how these are all false allegations, and tries to convince her that nothing is wrong. Eileen comes to the realization that he is a fraud and tries to get him back by selling all of his clothes so that she can pay for her debts. Fortunate for Eileen, she receives some vindication by being able to recoup some of her money by selling many of his designer clothes on the internet. I believe she recoups something like $10,000 or $11,000 and gets some of her money back from the money that she had lent to Simon. At the end, we're notified that Simon does approximately 5 months in prison on a 15-month sentence in Israel, but for crimes unrelated to the scheme that he had orchestrated to women on Tinder. It's quite alarming to me that somebody can get away with this, but it appears that Simon didn't actually commit any crimes. What he did was a con. He conned several women into believing that he was someone who he wasn't, and in doing so, he managed to get them to provide him with millions of dollars to fund his lavish lifestyle that ended up being a Ponzi scheme. Although Simon didn't actually commit any crimes, what he did was certainly morally reprehensible. And this type of sociopathic behavior is much more common than people think. And it's really only when somebody gets arrested, or if somebody is affected personally, or if there is a newsworthy story such as this, that this type of behavior is really brought to people's attention. So I think if anything, this story should be a reminder to people to be extremely cautious about who you meet on the internet, because just because they present themselves in a certain way, even if they do a really good job, oftentimes the old adage is, it's too good to be true. So if something is too good to be true, it probably is. In this situation, this man was portraying himself to be the heir of a billionaire, okay? And he didn't really provide any evidence of that besides superficial evidence. Anybody can put up an Instagram, rent out a jet, hire people to make it look like they're somebody who they aren't. It's important to remember there are people out there who are unscrupulous and who will do whatever they can to promote their parasitic lifestyle, even if that means harming you. I think ultimately the victims in this case, especially the ones who had a romantic relationship with him, wanted to believe desperately that he was somebody who he actually wasn't. I think that they had good intentions, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous that these victims incur any type of victim blaming. I think certainly there's a lesson that can be learned here, but to go after them for providing him with hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, I should say, in loans is really just due to his abilities as a con man to get what it was that he wanted. He was able to effectively exploit their weaknesses and their desire for love, their desire for companionship, their desire to have him be in their lives for the rest of their lives. And that's what people want. That's the human need. So he did a very good job at that. But to blame them for giving him money, I think, is totally ridiculous and unwarranted. If you like this video, click the subscribe button and watch out for more.